On the other side, you have sort of like a filer. Hello and what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel and you are watching Miguel EDC. Today we are going to be reviewing this guy right here, the Flissa Multitool. This is a 16-in-1 from Flissa. Like I've mentioned in other videos, right, I was definitely looking forward to this review. A lot of people have left lots of comments about this one, saying that it is a copy of the Leatherman Wave. We're going to get into that later on in the video as well. I'm going to give you some size comparisons. We're going to talk about weight, measurements, things like that. It's just going to give you guys an overall experience with this guy, what EDC in this multi-tool has been like over the last couple of weeks. So if you like that type of content, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. Let's go ahead and jump right into it, right? So first of all, of course, it's going to work as a pair of pliers. So that's very nice. You have a nice clipper right here at the tip, not the tip, but the biting portion right there. So that's very nice. If the camera can focus on that, there it is. Right, so you can definitely cut some wires there, strip some wires if you wanted to. It's both a wire cutter and a wire stripper, right? It is made in stainless steel, and if that's not obvious enough, you got a big stainless steel logo right there. This guy then folds right back into this shape right here. This is the folded shape, of course, and it definitely packs away very nice into this pouch right here. You can run your belt through it, right, and then just carry it like any other EDC, right? So that makes it very, very convenient, very comfortable. It is a very nice size. You can kind of see there in my hand, right? It is pretty medium size, not too bulky, not too small. We're gonna get into size measurements and weights and things like that in a moment. But other than that, we have, of course, have to have the main blade right there. Right, so that is very, very nice. We'll be doing a paper cut test in a little bit. These do lock in place, so got the little lock logo right there, so you can lock and unlock these. On the other side, you have sort of like a filer. On the other side, you have like a filer, so to speak, right? So a nice different grit variations on both sides right there. And again, that locks in place, so you have to kind of push right there in order to fold that back. Over on the other side, we have the serrated blade as well. All right, so that's very nice for cutting rope. I'm sorry, there's lots of fingerprints everywhere. I went ahead and gave it a wipe right there so it looks a little bit better on camera. But yeah, I can see the serrated one being very good for cutting rope and things like that. And on the other side of that, I think this looks crazy. You have the craziest saw I've ever seen. I mean, the teeth of this thing are insane. Let me see if I can zoom in a little bit here. You guys kind of get the idea, right? I mean, these are very, very sharp, and I can imagine, right, when it comes to cutting, right, they definitely get the job done for sure, right? So that being said, right, everything else, right, we can access from the inside, right? So we'll go ahead and open it up. We have some centimeters right here and inches on the other side. So for measurements, right, that's a nice quick reference. You have that on both sides, which is very, very nice. Also on here, we'll start with this side, right? If this thing doesn't go flying like it did last time during the unboxing, this thing kind of embarrassed me a little bit. It's just a plain screw head. Why am I forgetting this right now, right? So, whoa. Things that happen during an unboxing.
One eternity later.
All right, so this guy went flying. I'm not sure why. So you do have a screwdriver with both a flathead and a Phillips bit. So that does swap from one end to another. It's very convenient too, right? So if you're doing, you could do it, completely folded and still do your, screwdriver work, which I believe is, I honestly think it's very, very nice that you can do that. This locks in place very solid, so in order to let go, right, I'm going to push here and fold that out of the way. That being said, that is everything on this side. On the other side, we have some other good pieces here. We have a sort of like a bottle opener slash blade here as well, right? Take a look there for yourself. We have this bit right here. All right, so a nice little tiny pry tool, if you will. We have what looks like a bigger pry tool also, right? And then last but not least, my favorite, right, this right here would be the scissors, right? Look at that. That would be the scissors right there. So let me fold everything else out of the way, leave the scissors out. And again, you can open them and then they lock in place right here. This is the locking mechanism, right? And when they are locked in place, right, they're not going anywhere. These are some nice scissors right there, right? I like the bouncy motion, right? How they bounce back, right? And then when it comes time to fold them, right? Very easy operation. Push right here, right? That unlocks the scissors there. And then you kind of fold it in a way where you hopefully don't cut yourself. But that is a quick overview. Of course, I kind of showed that overview during the unboxing as well. So let's talk about the carry experience, right? What is a multi-tool all about? Well, the idea, I mean, this is not rocket science, right? So the idea behind a multi-tool is that you can have something, right, at a small factor, like this guy, right, when it is, you know, tucked away. I mean, this fits in your hand pretty much. That's how small it is. And by the way, this guy saw not only a lot of belt time, but also time in the glove compartment or door glove box right there. I kept it there for different occasions where it came super handy. And there were times where I didn't have a screwdriver handy, and this guy just saved the day, right? This guy right here saved the day. Just the fact that you have a Phillips and a flathead right there at your disposal, that came super handy as well. Now, of course, unlike perhaps your average user, right? Most people that don't EDC a knife, right? Most people that don't EDC a dedicated blade, so to speak, right? This is gonna also solve that issue. I know there's a lot of people who love their Swiss Army knives, right? Having multiple blade options, right? This guy right here is going to get the job done, right? And again, I did this guy under 3 inches of blade, at least cutting edge. That is very good right there. So almost 10 ounces, and you can see it's a pretty balanced tool right there. I want to say, yeah, as far as the weight on both ends, right, it is pretty balanced. By the way, this locking mechanism right here, I want to talk about this for a second. So it has it on every single one of the corners. So you have 4 different tools out of each one of the corners right here. And I gotta say, this makes a big difference, because it gives you a lot of peace of mind, right? When it kind of works like a liner lock in a way, right? When this piece right here is pushed in, it blocks the blade from being able to fold in, right? So it works similar to a liner lock, right? If you're familiar with that, obviously, on a folder knife. So it works the exact same way. As you open it, right, this right here locks the blade in place, gives you that peace of mind, and you can always, you know, kind of like a liner lock, push in and then close the blade just like that. So I was actually looking at the Amazon posting here. So this guy comes in at $30 as of the time of this video, right? It also comes in black if you want to go for a little bit of a black aesthetic, right? I was actually reading to see if there was any specific steel compound or specific steel for the blade, but they're just saying that everything is stainless steel, right? So they don't give much information about the actual blade steel, so just assuming it's a generic type. But again, this is not going to be your main blade, right? This is more of a multi-tool, so it gives you a blade, but you're probably not going to rely on this blade. You're probably going to also carry a dedicated folder EDC knife also. So the 16-in-1 tools that we're talking about, we have a long nose plier, bowl gripper, hardwire cutter, ruler, Phillips screwdriver, flat screwdriver, knife, saw, serrated blade, wood and metal file, scissors, large flat screwdriver, small flat screwdriver, can opener, wire stripper, soft wire cutter, right? That's pretty much all 16 summarized right there, in case I hadn't already shown you guys or mentioned, or in case I miss any. So that being said, guys, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room, right? Let's go ahead and talk about, is this guy a copy of the Leatherman Wave, right? Is it not? What are my thoughts about that, right? That is the elephant in the room, so let's go ahead and address that. So let me first share with you guys that when I picked this guy up, right, I was doing some light research, right? I was mainly into knives. You can see 98% of the content in this channel is EDC knives of all kinds. So I was barely tiptoeing my toes in the water of Multitools, right? And so I came across this guy in Amazon. It looked like a good deal. I picked it up, right? Later on, been doing more research into Multitools, right? And even during the unboxing, a lot of folks pointed out in the comments that it looked just like the Leatherman Wave. So when I found out, I started looking into that, right? I'm gonna put some B-roll, probably put some B-roll on the screen here from other peers of mine here on YouTube that have reviewed or actually own a Leatherman Wave, since I don't own one myself at the moment. And you guys be the judge of that, right? There are some slight differences, right, on the design, right? So they didn't necessarily copy it 100%. But as far as the main features, right, as far as having a blade or a tool in each one of the corners here, right? Even the fact that, you know, the blades are located with your thumb, right, on both ends, you know, when you turn it around, you know, 180, right? That's pretty much all the same on the Leatherman Wave. And so again, I didn't have knowledge about it at the time, and when I bought it, I thought it was a good price, a good deal. It has helped me a lot throughout the time that I have been you know, owning it, so to speak. And so I realized that it looked just like the Wave when somebody pointed that out to me. This one, of course, is made in China. The Wave is made in the US. I'm all about supporting US companies. And yeah, if it looks like it's a clone, I mean, you guys let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. I'm definitely jumping in the conclusion that it is very, very similar. So much so it might just be a copy of the Wave. Now I am past the period of time where I can return this guy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and keep it, right? I'm going to go ahead and obviously keep it in the channel as an example of, hey, do your research before you buy a product, especially if it looks too good to be true. Chances are it might be a copy of another great product that already exists. So look into it, do your research, right? Find out, make sure it doesn't become a replica or a copy. Make sure that you're not supporting a company, right, that is basically copying designs from a US based company, right? So that's my motto going forward, right? This is going to be a first example. So being an EDC rookie, being an EDC newbie, right, that is my lesson learned right there. Pick this guy up when I didn't know any better. I was trying to get my feet wet into the multi-tool land of EDC, right? So it's trying to look into everything, coins, knives, lanterns or flashlights, pens, right? More of that content is going to be coming on the channel. But yeah, this being my first multi-tool that I bought, you know, to generate content for the channel, definitely a lesson learned right there. That being said, right, hope you guys enjoyed the review. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Definitely would like to hear from you guys. If I missed anything during this review, right, make sure to let me know. If there's anything you guys would like to see in the future, also let me know as well. I would love to see and read your comments, see your thoughts on this topic, especially when it comes to like clone versions of a certain product and things like that. By the way, by the time you see this video, there is a possibility that the review video for this Ganso Axis Lock knife may be out already. If that is the case, I'm gonna put a card right here for you guys, so check that out if that review is available. I did an unboxing on this guy. This was my second Axis Lock, and this is a great EDC knife, also at a great price. This one does not resemble any other knife out there, so it is a nice EDC knife. I'm waiting to do the review here very soon. Thank you so much for checking out this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.